Hi friends. So I'm following up on my previous video of yesterday, and we discussed that how to create Java applications, desktop applications specifically, and how we can connect it to Salesforce and create custom metadata. So those who are watching for the first time, so if you have not seen my previous video, I would highly recommend you go and check that. We are doing so many things here, like creating Java applications, build automation, how we can manage bulky projects, how we can split our project into separate folders, how we can compile them and create the deliverables, which are for Windows it would be exe files. So these things we are talking about, and our external system which we are integrating with our Java is Salesforce. So Salesforce, specifically our scenario is custom metadata, and we are dealing with that. So custom metadata is nothing but just there is some data about data. Metadata means data about data, information about data. So in Salesforce, for uploading and doing CRUD operations on the records, we use something called data loader. And for custom data load, custom metadata, that data loader current doesn't support that. So we are working on that to build that tool. And the tool has came out with the initial release as of yesterday, and we can log into the tool. And for now, we are supporting only the developer out, so that for testing purpose, and soon we would have more, like access to a sandbox and also custom URL. So the deliverables in this project, it would be jar file, the executable jar file for Linux and Mac also, and for Windows it would be exe. So we already have that in our project as of yesterday. Our Maven build tool, we talked about Maven build tool. So it uses a plugin, Maven plugin called Launch4j. So that thing, it takes the jar file, which is the output of a clean build project, and converts it to exe. That's the thing. It's already doing that, even though I didn't mention this yesterday, and so that's there. And the exe would be generated inside the target folder. So I would highly encourage you guys to check that video, and I have talked about ton of things, and in the description section you will find the GitHub URL. What you need to do is you have to download that zip file, the zip file from after navigating to the GitHub URL. Alternatively, you can git clone that if you use Git, so you can clone the repository also. Next is, for all these to work, you need to have Java installed and have set the Java underscore home environment variable, and the Java JDK bin directory has to be added to the path. So the system path, and you have to do the same for Maven as well. In fact, for Maven you do not need to have Maven underscore home. You can just have the Maven bin directory path appended to the system path in the environment variable. So today I'm going to talk about Gradle. I mean, you would say that yesterday we were using Maven, and then again another new tool adding more complexity. I understand that there are so many build tools out there. So even we have Ant, we have Maven, we have Gradle. Why we use a build tool? Because our project, it gets little complicated day by day. Each day when we are putting more and more functionalities. So today, as of today, our custom metadata loader, it has a smooth navigation. Means if the unauthenticated user clicks the submit button, so he would be taken to the login screen. And in the login screen, today I have made some changes. When you log in, and if you are successfully able to log in, so you would see your name at the top. So it's nothing much, but just fetching the full name from the login response and showing that. So each day I am putting new changes there, and I would continue that. So if you want to participate in that, so you can just contribute in the repository. So I would highly encourage you to do that. So we will learn so many things here. Okay, so moving on. So why Gradle? Because Gradle is fast. Personally used Gradle last year, so for some small Android project, and it was fast, very very fast. And even for this also, if you see me here, and I have my cursor over this clean build icon. So if I click that, you see how much time it took. Build successful, so it took less than a second. It's like drastically fast, much faster than Maven. So that's why I'm using Griddle. And then we also again we have the Launch4j plugin here. So in Gradle, this is the Launch4j plugin which converts the jar into the executable file, and this is the GitHub repo. I'm just following that. So these are the tasks the developer has mentioned over here. In Gradle we have something called tasks. So when we are inside a Gradle directory, so again I'm using Netbeans for this. So this is what a Gradle config file looks like. It is very very easy and simple than the pom.xml of Maven. You would notice that, right? And this thing, it automatically comes when you create a Gradle project. For that you have to have the Gradle plugin installed in Netbeans. So for that you have to go to tools and plugins, and you will find it here, or maybe you can download that, and you can also go to the downloaded plugin and add plugin, browse that and install that. Either way it would work. So once you do that, when you create a project, so you will be having this file automatically. So in that, your main file, the triggering point of the app, it would go over here, the main class. So in my case the package is com.sample. Inside that I have a file sample.java. So that thing is there, that's the main file. And where does this Griddle plugin come in? In order to get this plugin, what you need to do is you can do either of these two ways. So it's for all Griddle versions and it's for Griddle 2.1. So I am using Griddle 3.3. So I did this thing. So I just had to copy and paste it over here. As you can see, that's all I did. And then the instructions are here. This is the 3 executables, means there are several tasks over here. So in order to create any exe in this way, we also created exe in Maven also. For that we had this pom structure inside pom.xml. We defined how our build should work. So here I'm separating the task from build and generating the exe. Why? Because it makes more sense to create the final deliverable at the end, rather than each time compiling it and generating the exe. So in the end, I do not mean that at the end of the year or something like that. Every time I focus on a feature, like if you would have checked the to-do list. So there are many features keep adding on everyday basis, and what I plan to do are also there in the to-do list, and which are already added. They have their date mentioned there. If you want to support more feature, if you want to suggest, so there is a question mark there also. Any suggestions? Most welcome. So we would enhance this tool, and I would highly encourage that you participate in this. So you will learn so many things here. And also we are dealing with Salesforce specifically, so those who are coming from Java to Salesforce background, they also will get the picture, how this Salesforce platform works, and gradually we will dig deep into Salesforce specific stuff also. And there are many specific things already I have covered, and one of them is Salesforce Lighting, which I made so many videos on that. So I encourage you to check that if you are interested in learning Lighting. So we will proceed with that approach, and here we will learn about tooling also, build automations, so many things to learn. So Maven had this build thing I was just talking about. So in that we can configure this Launch4j plugin to each time we do a clean build, so the exe is generated in the target folder. So we already have that thing. So here I'm separating that. Each time I add a feature, I do not need to generate the exe every time. What I need to do is, suppose this is my form and I'm clicking that, let's run that. So hello from Griddle. So it's there, but I have the exe also if I have run this task. So there are 3 tasks over here. So if means in order to see the task in Gradle, what you need to do is you have to first navigate to the source folder. So let me close that and I will show you how I got there. So okay, Netbeans projects, and okay. So here we have to open the command prompt, and if you have Gradle installed correctly, and what you need to do is Gradle also follows the same thing as Maven. Download the zip file, and the bin directory of the Griddle should be added to the system path, and for this you need a Gradle_home environment variable like java_home. Once you are inside that directory, you have to type Gradle tasks. So it will show you all the tasks. So here are the Launch4j tasks. Launch4j is the one which generates our exe. So suppose I am here, right? I am developing. So if I make some changes here, I am using Netbeans. So here it's easy to make changes. Hello from Gradle build tool, right? And close and save, and I will go for Launch4j, create exe, run all tasks that implements default Launch4j task. I do not need that. Create exe, we need just single exe. So I will do Gradle create exe. So it will compile. It's, you can see it's compiling, and it's that fast, and by the time I'm finishing one sentence, so it's just compiling that. It's, you see, it's drastically faster than Maven. That's the good thing about it. And the exe would be in the Launch4j directory over here. Hello from Griddle build tool. So that label, it's a little off here, so we can configure that. So this is the thing, means we come over here and then we make the changes, and then we means for the live feedback, what we need to do is we do not have to go all the way, right? So like if I have something here, so if I just roll back, close, so I want to have the live feedback, I need to press this green button, so I will have that feedback instantly. So I target a specific feature, I develop it, and then I keep checking the live feedback all the way. This Gradle build exe thing, I will not have to run through all hoops. And when I'm okay with that perfect. Now the scenario is covered. We have this done. So that time we come over here, and then we create the exe. That makes more sense, right? Means each feature would be packaged now. So now if I go back, so exe, hello from Gradle, so it's there. It's that simple. So for Windows, it's means exe file. For other environment, it would be something else, like jar file. Mac and Linux, they support jar, so it would probably be that one. So this is all, guys. So our previous project, which is a Maven project, Maven build tool, we would be moving that to Gradle build system. So I have to fork my repository, and I would have to create all those jars over here and import those files. So in the third video I will cover that. If means after successfully moving the changes, I will do that, and from there we will take it up. And I would highly recommend, encourage you to read the readme file, and then the changes which I am putting. So you would have that track, means on each day which changes I have made, so that you can also build this tool and test it out. And if you are interested in development, I highly appreciate that. And if you are interested in testing at least, so you can see each day I'm making some changes and I'm putting the date also, so you can check that and let me know if any issues. and there is a issues button over there also. You can let me show you that. So where is my repository? So this is my repository. So means in the previous video, if you means want to find the link, so in the description I provided that. This is my repository, and here is the custom metadata loader, which uses the Maven system. So we have this pom.xml, so we have Griddle. So here means issues are there. So if you want to create one new issue, so you can come over here and then just do that, and I will know that, and we'll fix that. So that's how we work in an open source world, right? And if you want to clone this, you can clone this and send me a pull request, so that when you make changes, so I can check that means what changes have been made, and then I can test it out, and we can merge it in the master repository. And each day when I'm building something, so these things I'm putting there. So initially we had custom metadata single record upsert, and also we had bulk yesterday, I guess. And then process CSV to perform bulk upsert, we had this. So these are the things I did today. Remove the hard coding of credentials. So now we have smooth login flow, and then CSV processing to provide API names from CSV headers. So we are doing that also. Means at current phase, however tool is, means you have the CSV file. So the column names, they have to exactly match what you have in the object, the schema in the Salesforce. So if you have that disorder or something there, so it wouldn't import the data perfectly. So that thing is a little limitation. I will work on that. So, but for now, if everything is in the sequence, so I'm able to fetch that. I take it that it's the field label, field API, and the values I take it iteratively. So later on, even if you change the order of the columns, so still it would import perfectly. So that I need to do. So, and then we have a session bean over here. It's bean nothing but just a fancy word for saying a Java class. So that's just a bean, Java bean. So we are passing our credential, we are storing inside that. I would later on think about a better way to have session management, because something like locally something, so that next time when the user comes, he doesn't have to, in data loader there is this problem. Means if you close the data loader and if you go there again, you have to log in again. So here it won't be there. We would store the user credential in some secure location of the user, which is accessible to the user only, or maybe the system admin, but we will see how it goes. So for now, the session bean is all that we have, and these are the things which I plan to do, and here is your part. So if you see that, if you find any suggestions, just let me know. What you can do is, you can come over here and this issues thing, so you can create new issue and write the description that which feature it doesn't support. So we should have some more tab here like suggestions, but we do not have that. So we would take suggestion also as the issue, and we'll work on that. So that's all, guys. That's all I have for today, and I hope this videos you would be finding interesting. And if you find interesting, put a thumbs up, like, and subscribe and share, and spread this knowledge with everyone, so that we are dispelling this myth that we need some 10 years of experience or very good in algorithms, and we have to work in Microsoft. All this myth we are busting out, so that anyone can learn anytime. Just you need to have a computer and internet access, and my videos are sufficient that you can watch them and learn these things. So we are dispelling that myth, and I need your support, and I need your effective participation, so that we can build such tools to even the better way that we can solve so many issues which are like this custom metadata thing. This is an issue, and we are working on that. So we'll have something more like imagination. That's all there is to it. Means we are all just limited by imagination. What we need, we can make a tool for that. So I want to have that thing with every one of you guys who are watching, that we are not limited by anything, and we just have to think about it, and then gradually as we proceed, we learn. We would be amazed that we can just build anything. So with that thought, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.